We should have just finished exercise 7, which introduced us to drawing basic shapes. For PowerPoint exercise 8, we're going to learn some more advanced techniques, and we're going to learn about AutoShapes. So please close your PP7, and we'll create a new blank presentation and choose a blank layout. And if you look at your instruction book, you will see a sample with a variety of different shapes. Now, these shapes are not found as shortcuts in your drawing toolbar. You have to go to AutoShapes and look for them. Okay, so for example, I'm just going to do these shapes in different orders as I see them. So, um, for example, if you go to basic shapes, you can get a trapezoid. So if you select that and you click and draw, you've got a trapezoid. Now, if you want a cube, you go to basic shapes and find the cube. If you want arrows, you can go here and there is a quad arrow, like a four-way arrow. So you can select that. If you want a curved arrow, you can probably find it. It looks like this one, curved up arrow. There are also some callouts, which are basically like, dialog boxes for cartoons. You can click that. You can also go to, if you expand the menu, you can go to stars and banners, and you should be able to find a 5-point star. And here is the horizontal scroll. And sometimes you have to look for these shapes because they um, they fall into different categories, but sometimes they're not easy to find. Okay, and so this one, the null symbol. Okay, and the last shape, that line is actually the hardest, so I saved that for the last. If you go to Auto Shapes and choose Lines, and you look for Curve, this one's a bit tricky to use. So how do you do this? Well, you click to start the line, and so when you click, that sets an anchor point. And when you want to change directions, you click again, and so that sets another anchor point. And so if you move your cursor around, you can see it pivots at that point. And then when you change directions again, you click. Okay. Want to change directions again, you click. And then when you're finished drawing the line, you double click to end. So double click with the left mouse button, and you've made that curve. Okay. Now, if you look at your sample book, that curve actually ends in an arrowhead. So if you want an arrowhead, you double click the line, and end style, choose an arrow. Click OK, and that adds that arrowhead. I'll show this one to you again because it's the most difficult to do, so I'll delete it. And again, go to Auto Shapes, Lines, and Curve. Click to start. Click again to change directions. Click again to change directions. Click again to change directions. And double click to end. And double click the line again after you've created that curve. Add an end style and click OK, and you're finished. Now, um, there's a couple of other things I'm going to show you. Again, just as a review, any shape can be changed by double-clicking it, and that activates the Format Auto Shape box. And for example, you can change the fill to a different color. You can change the outline to a different color, and you can choose the thickness of that line, the outline to a different color, different thickness. And by clicking OK, you can see I've changed that star to look like this. Again, you can also use handles and drag objects to make them larger or smaller or stretch them out. You can also rotate the shapes by using this green handle. Okay. Also, if you click on some of these shapes, you'll notice that there are these yellow handles as well. Okay, in addition to the green one, the yellow handles let you adjust that shape. So, for example, this one has one yellow handle here. I can click, drag, and that adjusts the way the lines angle. Okay, so some shapes have no handles, no yellow handles. Some shapes have one. Um, let's try this one. This also has one yellow handle, so we can make that cube change shape. This one also has one. The scroll can be made curlier or less curly. Okay. This callout box has one yellow handle that can be dragged to change the position of the callout. This shape has two handles, so the two handles adjust different properties of that four-way arrow. So for example, if I click this one, it adjusts how wide the arrowhead is, and this adjusts how thick the bars are. Okay, so you're going to have to experiment with handles if you see them, and by adjusting it, you can sometimes change the appearance quite dramatically. This one has one handle, and this curved arrow actually has three, and they all do different things. So please experiment with the handles. Okay. When you're finished this exercise and it looks similar to the sample in your exercise booklet, please save this either on your floppy disk or your removable disk, and we will call this PP8.